Tyrann, what's your reaction to today's news?
Disappointing, heartbreaking. It's the first team I ever been on that really basically got a coach fired. So, but very very disappointing.
How did you find out the news?
Da he sent us a text. That was basically kind of saying he's sorry how everything went, um, and then obviously I walked in the building and you start checking. I haven't really been on social media. But then you just start seeing things like, the Saints parted ways with him.
And Foster said Darren Rizzi's the only one who's really addressed you so far as a team.
Yes.
What was the message you took from him and how he wants to go forward?
Well, I think we kind of dug ourselves in a hole, and so I think Red's message was basically, to fill it back up, and it's going to take the people that's, really in this room, from management to staff to players. I think we collectively, we all have to be on the same page, and quite frankly, we all played a part in, him not being here anymore. So it was definitely a tough place to be, but I think from a accountability standpoint, a unity standpoint, I think this kind of gives us an opportunity to just get closer and get tighter.
You mentioned before how much you believe in DA, and obviously you work with him closely, being a defensive guy. Like, does that make it hurt maybe even more because of that personal relationship?
Yeah, for sure, man. He's a good dude, man. He's honest. He's hardworking, and you know, when he came back, man, you got to realize, like, he kind of inherited, a really bad situation, defensively, and I think everything he was, able to do, like it stands out, with Cam and Demario, and it really wasn't until Da got back here that really those guys started to really excel, and so it's tough, man. But I'm from New Orleans, so I remember like when we was not too good on defense, and I think what he was able to do defensively for us. I don't think that should ever be like overlooked or dismissed. I thought he did a great job, defensively.
How much of this felt like it was building to the point of DA being fired?
Um, I mean, it's tough, man. I think anytime you lose as many games as we've lost in a row, I mean, a lot of questions have to get answered. Things have to change. But like I told the defensive back unit, man, like, man, if you don't feel bad, like something's probably wrong with you. Like I absolutely believe that, defensively, we played probably the biggest role in, him getting fired. Like to go from a really good defense to a defense that's really kind of unrecognizable. You know what I mean? Like as far as our standard goes, um, yeah, man. Like that's tough. And I think we defensively played the biggest role. With the way we played, the way we didn't close out games. Tackling has kind of been an issue for us really all season. Um, I felt like we were able to take the ball away. We just didn't really capitalize on it too often. So I think defensively, man, like we probably played a bigger role, in him not being here anymore.
Some of the fellow defensive players were venting their frustrations on social media. How was the feeling with the defense yesterday and going into today as well with injuries?
Um, Man, I think defensively, I think we're all disappointed. I had a conversation with the defensive back unit today, and I take full responsibility. I take full accountability for the way that we've played. And when I signed here, man, like I signed to a top five defense. And I didn't always feel that they really needed me here. Like they were good before I got here. And what I'm trying to say is that, I think for the last 2 years, I haven't really been tiring, and, from that perspective, I take a lot of credit. I mean, I take a lot of responsibility for, the way we play on the back end and how it's looked. It's not my standard. It's not my way of doing things. And so, um, I just feel bad. I feel bad about it.
Tyrann, you're from New Orleans, obviously, you've got family, friends here. Can you relate to the frustration of the fans and understand kind of where they're at, how things are going?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Man, this city doesn't have a whole lot to offer, this state, and I think sports is a big deal. I think people, work hard all week. They slave, they minimum wage, like just to get to Sunday to see us and for that to kind of be the highlight, of the week. And I tell that story all the time as a kid growing up, right? Get through the whole week, and then we was always looking forward to Sunday because we knew the Saints was playing and we knew we could go get some food. Like somebody in the neighborhood was watching the game. They was throwing like a Saints party. And so I can absolutely feel, their frustration. We make a lot of money, man, playing a game, and those people, man, they work hard to be a part of it, to buy tickets and to buy jerseys and, just be invested in us, right? And so when we win, we all feel good. And I think when we lose, we all feel bad. And that goes for our fans too. And, it just hasn't been, really the product that they've kind of been used to, you know what I mean, since 2006. And so, yeah, man, I mean, this is kind of like a part of the story that, you want to make sure that, you finish it the right way, you do it the right way. But yeah, I can totally understand people's frustration. Like we look forward to the Saints brightening our week. You know what I mean? We look forward to LSU, brightening our week. And we totally, just dropped the ball, in that regard.
Now, what would your message to those same fans for the next 8 weeks going forward?
Well, it's, I think you'll see us come closer. I think we'll be way more accountable. And I actually believe in Riz. I think Riz is the type of coach and the type of leader and the type of man that really can kind of command the room. I think he kind of knows what buttons to push to motivate his guys, right? And he's a straight shooter. And I think you need that sometimes. I think guys need to be called out sometimes, right? And so, I think Riz is going to provide us like with that sense of reality, you know what I mean? Like always. And so I'm just looking forward to really playing for him because like I said, he's a special teams coach and I don't spend a lot of time with him, but we have a great relationship. And I think that says a lot about, who he is as a coach. I think, I've been on a few teams where special teams coaches don't really talk to guys that they don't need, you know what I mean? And so, I mean, he's a guy that has a really good relationship with a lot of people, as far as players and stuff goes. So, I think he'll be all right. And, on another note, like this is an opportunity for him too to kind of make his mark and show the rest of the league that he can kind of command the team and, push those guys in the right direction. So I'm excited about it. I mean, obviously, you never want anyone to be fired, because we all got bills, we all got kids, right? And it's not a good feeling, when you know somebody's, not going to be with you anymore. So I think Riz will do a great job. I think Joe Woods has coached in this league a lot. I think he's proven. And so, he called a lot of plays for us in training camp too. So I kind of already know like what type of game we'll be playing, Sunday. So, yeah, man, I believe in those two guys. And, like I said, obviously under different circumstances, right? But, yeah, man, I believe in them.
Do you expect for
What was
one
the
more?
plane ride like last night? Like,
were players thinking that this could be a possibility when they came to the facility Monday morning?
I don't think really. At least I wasn't really a part of those conversations. It was quiet, man. Like that plane ride was quiet. That plane ride was kind of reflective. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to players about this. Like I can't do a documentary or write a book without telling this story. You know, like this is all of our story. Like this isn't Dennis Allen's story. Like this is all of our stories. You know, and I mean, it's hard, man. I feel for him. You know, I honestly feel for him. I honestly think he was a great dude. Like he was a good coach. You know, and defensively, man, like just don't feel like we played to the standard that we all expect us to play at. And I think that ultimately, had a big part in it.
Tyrann, you and Foster both talked about like remembering growing up here and what it was like back then. What type of perspective do you give now being on the other side as y'all try to turn things around?
Say it one more time, sorry.
What type of perspective do you and Foster give as y'all try to turn things around in these next few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we got 8 weeks left. Like, I think that's all we're guaranteed. And, we just have to find a way to start having fun again. I don't think we had fun, in a long time, and, as a team. And so, and then the work week, I think we have to do a better job of just preparing, right? Like, and getting our bodies ready to go on Sunday. So I don't think we have I don't think we have any more kind of excuses, like it's, I think it's every man, being accountable to himself. And I think that's really the only perspective to kind of have going forward is, man, do your job, be where you're supposed to be, and collectively, man, let's just continue to push each other forward. But we do have 8 games left. Like we're promised 8 games, and we just have to do a great job of, really just getting this taste out of our mouth. I mean, we know what kind of difference it makes. Like 8 weeks. Like so, the last 8 weeks for us hasn't been really good, but the next 8 weeks could be really good. And we could flip the page, we could flip the script. Like it's not over for us, but I think collectively, man, like we just have to believe that. We have to buy into that, and we just have to make those plays that count.
You expect Joe to do things like the exact same way, or is there maybe an opportunity to maybe change things up a little bit with them when you guys already do?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, Joe is going to do, what he's always done. But I do think that, Joe, he'll find a way to weaponize us. And I don't think we've felt like that. We don't always feel like hunters. Sometimes it feels like you're being hunted. And so I think Joe really kind of turn that page and let us do what we do best, man. Like let us hunt. So I'm looking forward to it, and like I said, I believe in him. I think he'll do a great job.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.